take you, Heather, to be my wife, and these things I promise you. I will respect, trust, help, and care for you. I will forgive you as we have been forgiven, and I will share my life with you through the best and worst of all that is to come, until death parts us.
I take you, Chad, to be my husband, and these things I promise you. I will respect, trust, help, and care for you. I will forgive you as we have been forgiven, and I will share my life with you through the best and worst of all that is to come, until death parts us.
Chad, I ask, will you have Heather to be your wife, to live together in the covenant of marriage? Will you love her, comfort her, honor and keep her, in sickness and in health, and forsaking all others, be faithful to her as long as you both shall live? If so, answer, I will. I will. Heather, will you have Chad to be your husband, to live together in the covenant of marriage? Will you love him, comfort him, honor and keep him, in sickness and in health, and forsaking all others, be faithful to him as long as you both shall live? If so, answer, I will. Love is patient, it says in 1 Corinthians, and so are your families for how long it took to get to today. But I should say there's something nice about this too. The sappiness of Scripture that we often get from 1 Corinthians 13 is much, much deeper when it's read in the context of a relationship that has already been practiced over nearly 10 years. Wisdom means understanding that today is a party and a milestone in your lives together, but today is not the test. It's only a single question. The test is your whole lives. 10 years is nice, but not enough. What you commit to today is not to live perfectly for one another, but to take one another in all your messiness. To be bound to one another in spite of all the things that you don't advertise about yourselves. That's why Paul reminds us that love is bigger than the two of you and bigger than this moment. It is a lifelong thing made strongest when it is tested. Whatever may come, wherever you may go, you will not go it alone. That simple promise means everything in a world that wants to suggest it's more complicated. It's not. The promise is simple. You are not alone. Most of the celebrations in our lives are parties in celebration of a particular day or remembrances of the past, but this is different. At first, that might seem unlikely. After all, you've been waiting on this day long enough. The date's been marked in your calendars, reservations made, invitations sent out. July 12th has been etched in your brain, and it might feel like the finishing line of a marathon. But in spite of that, this isn't a celebration for today. It's a celebration for tomorrow and the next, because that is where today's promises will be lived out. So sorry, it's not a finish line. You get to keep running. I present to you Mr. and Mrs. Chad Trumer. You may kiss the bride.